The White Star Line is a massive shipping company which owned one of the most iconic ships to exist and her sister ships. What are their names, may you ask? Well, their names are Titanic, Britannic, and Olympic. We are going to focus on one in the middle, Britannic. Why, so you ask? Well, Britannic is turning 100 years old today, so we're going to take a look at the forgotten sister ship, Britannic. Construction began on the third wonder ship. She was originally called Gigantic, but due to the disaster of Titanic and the uprising event known as World War I, several modifications were made to the ship. For example, naming Gigantic to Britannic. In 1914, she was being launched, and well, it was a big success. Now, she was originally going to be called RMS Britannic, but they changed it to HMHS Britannic, which stands for His Majesty Hospital Ship. She would eventually go for her final maiden voyage in the year 1916 from Southampton. Little did the passengers and crew know, tragedy was about to hit. On November 21st, 1916, at 8:12 a.m. on the Aegean Sea, the popular belief is that Britannic got struck by a mine. Anyway, the compartments were already flooding, so we all learned a lesson. Don't board a ship by the White Star Line, or one that is called unsinkable. So you know propellers on the ship, right? Well, without orders, 2 boats were lowered, the engines were still on, and those 2 boats got sucked into propellers, with 30 people killed. See, this is why I never liked cruise ships. Just kidding. A well-known survivor of the Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic, Violet Jessup, had to endure the Britannic, and she almost died, but thankfully she got out alive. 55 minutes later, Captain Bartlett and the rest of the survivors watch as the Britannic turns over, sinks to the bottom of the Aegean seafloor. In 1975, the Britannic was found in her watery grave. I heard there were actually plans to make it into an underwater museum, but I don't know if it's gotten approval or not. Maybe. However, a 2000 spy movie was made of it. Yeah, if anything, it didn't do well. The effects were full of CG nonsense, and the acting was mediocre at best, but hey, it tried. If no one else plans to do a Britannic film, I'd be happy to oblige. Although the Titanic disaster was bigger and more tragic, the Britannic actually did a few things better than the Titanic. About 1,500 people died, while only about 30 people died. Those people were taken by propellers. And also, don't forget that the Britannic had several modifications when she heard about her sister, and she was also built to be bigger and better than her too. Well, too bad for Olympic as she got scrapped. But they still hold as a perfect trio, and still hold as very great sister ships. They are all beautiful, and will not be forgotten. I've also heard that the Britannic is not going to be disintegrating for a while, so let her rest, as we celebrate 100 years of the Britannic. Gone, but unforgotten.